Sup everybody, it's your boy Corey, aka GQ Saint, back for another reaction video. This is going to be a Watch Mojo video. I know I haven't did one in a while for you guys anyway, so I just do this. So this is top 10, their list, worst video games of this year 2020. I'm curious to see what games they're going to have on this list. Yeah, I gotta say 2020 is definitely haven't been a good year at all, Other than that, just one of chaos. Most people consider this as one of the worst years of history. Getting what's going on this year, this is going to record books throughout the world. Yeah, it's definitely going to history books. Well, wait till, younger kids read this in the future. They're going to read about the whole pandemic, COVID-19. Anyway, I'm talking too long. It's kind of like a 13, 14 long minute video. So let's go and get into it. I'm not going to pause. I'm going to do my best to try somewhat talk over so you guys can still hear me. You already know. Drop a comment, special request. Let's get it. I have no idea what this is.
Welcome to Watch Mojo.
I'm about to
and today
skip
we're counting
over
down our picks for the top 10 worst video games of 2020.
Oh yeah, I heard this. I heard this was not good. One of my boys told me. One of my own boys, yeah, he told me about it.
That's skill. I must warn the others.
For this list, we're looking at games that made 2020 a worse year than it already was. Seriously, things were already crappy before these titles came out. What's the worst game you played this year? Tell us about your troubles in the comments below. Now on to the top 10 of bad. Number 10, Bleeding Edge.
These guys are augmented. Monsters. Yes, augmented.
In some cases, it can be assuring to hear a developer getting acquired by a publisher. Exciting even. But in the case of Ninja Theory and Xbox Game Studios, things are looking rather bland. And it's all because of Bleeding Edge.
Checking the stack up.
It was already a bad idea putting yet another hero shooter out in an already congested market. To charge $60 for it when it's lean on content and absent of ranked matches?
I haven't played this game, know of it, but I'm looking at it right now, kind of like the controls are kind of off.
Behind Heavenly Sword and Hellblade make? Number 9, WWE 2K Battlegrounds.
This kind of remind me how they started off back in the day when
we're not even surprised
Nintendo 64 days.
It's basically become a tradition for the WWE to find its way onto our worst of the year lists. Whereas WWE 2K20 became the laughingstock of the internet with its horrendous bugs and glitches,
2K
there is nothing funny about Battlegrounds.
The
the whole package is void of any personality now that wrestlers can share the same moves, and everyone looks like a slightly melted Bratz doll. And as expected from a 2K sports game, you'll have to grind your mind away or buy microtransactions in order to unlock all of the wrestlers. But with gameplay as boring and lifeless as this, you'll likely delete the game and never touch it again. We'll be damned if WWE somehow gets worse next year.
They need to take their time and fix their mistakes.
Number 8, Cooking Mama, Cookstar. For someone as sweet and charming as Cooking Mama, one wouldn't expect her to be shrouded in controversy. Cooking Mama Cookstar was about as shady as moldy chicken covered in fresh teriyaki sauce once it was found to be an unlicensed product and allegedly served as a means for mining cryptocurrency.
That's skill.
Business controversies aside, Cookstar was just terrible all around. Gameplay was tedious and uninspiring, and Mama sounded like a condescending robot that had inconspicuously replaced the real Mama. The only way this game could be redeemed is if Mama was being yelled at by Gordon Ramsay as we jumbled our spoons about.
Oh, man. My family members said they would not last long,
Mama's impressed.
His show,
Number
Hell's
7,
Kitchen.
Mafia 2 Definitive Edition.
off. When I saw
We had this
Mafia
version of
1,
Mafia 2 on our worst
was-
games of
yeah,
2020
that was
so
good.
far list. Why? Because it is terrible, and still is.
Well, Mafia
Not only
2,
has the
some
gameplay
of the
not
gameplay-
aged particularly well with its chore
The
list
Mafia
of
2
objectives,
Definitive
but the
Edition,
performance is
it kinda-
absolutely abysmal with
it
more
looks
frames
off.
dropping than an art museum
from the regular
going
Mafia
through an
1 Definitive
earthquake.
Edition, it looks good. Like, it just, I don't know.
Given that this is a supposed remaster
like they
of a
just
game
switched up the
released in
graphics to make it look
2010,
more,
we
you know,
expected
to
better
next
from
gen
Mafia
consoles.
2.
That's the way it
Why
looks
were the
to me.
same mistakes from Mafia 3 repeated? At least the first game got better treatment in these definitive editions.
I told you the next time we open the books, we
Yeah, it looks out
recommended
of
it,
sync.
right? And now it's done.
You had something to do with this, but you work for Frank Vinci.
Number 6, The Elder Scrolls Blades.
It's been a while since I played Elder Scrolls game. Long while. I don't know why. I just stopped playing
Bethesda
them.
has burned
I used to
away
get
a
into
lot
it.
of goodwill since turning their
Maybe because of
IPs
when I
into
got into
live
Fallout.
services. As if Elder Scrolls Online wasn't enough, we got a second monetized experience in the form of Elder Scrolls Blades. And man, does it reek of pay to play.
The only thing I hate about sometimes
Overall,
losing money
it's
is
dreadfully
wasting
boring,
money.
but it
I
tries
hate it
so
more
hard to
when
get
I
you to
waste
spend
money
money
on
with
something.
lengthy timers. Even if one was to
That's
pay
why I'm
every
very careful
time they
what I
were
buy.
asked, one would find a hyperlinear game that shows nothing of what makes Elder Scrolls
Wasting
so
money.
great.
That's like a
Besides,
huge.
why play
that's
this when we can
well,
play
losing
Skyrim
money,
on a
lot
dozen
of-
other
Huge lot of
platforms?
money. That's horrible. Wasting money. Yeah.
Number 5, Remothered,
like I
Broken
lost
Porcelain.
Money on something trash.
I'm Wyman once upon a time.
You're hurting me!
What else do you expect from a game with a title this awful? What the hell is Remothered supposed to mean? Remothered Broken Porcelain tries to skate by with a decent story, but everything else falters because of the terrible optimization, combat, and some archaic trial and error
Yeah,
designs.
the optimization, just like the Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Yeah, it looks off.
Honestly, this probably would have served better as a TV show. But we already have had a show about maids with strained relationships living in a bleak environment. The only difference between the two is that one doesn't kill off characters mid-cutscene and run like a PlayStation FMV sequence.
My God, I have to leave this place at once.
Number 4, Fast and
Yeah, this
Furious
was trash.
Crossroads.
I need to come up with a lot of money in 3 days.
What?
How do you take something as explosive and thrilling like the Fast and Furious movies and make them so unbelievably boring?
Oh my
Most of your
goodness.
time in Crossroads is spent following
Thank God I
insanely
didn't say
scripted
I
events
was
within
going to get this
incredibly
game, but I'm
repetitive
glad I
missions.
saved money on this. It looks so trash.
That's it. Come on.
Really? How more monotonous can you get than drive from point A to point B before you run from the cops with your tail in between your legs? The
Kinda
optimization, on the
reminded
other
me
hand,
for Speed
is laughably
Payback.
bad, as characters will stutter mid-dialogue and cars will fly across your screen or crash into each other on more than a few occasions. Honestly, Vin Diesel's head is way more polished than this.
Hey, Letty, stay safe out there.
You know me.
Number 3, Dawn of Fear.
Seen it, did not play it. I don't know why. Glad I didn't.
You know, there's a reason
Just
why the games
whenever I
industry
get a good
as a
feeling,
whole
never
has
steer me
abandoned
wrong.
fixed camera
Yeah,
angles.
some tell me don't buy
Overall,
this
it takes
game, Corey.
controlling
Nah.
characters and performing simple actions like shooting more of a hassle than they need to be. However, this is the least of Resident Evil, I mean, Dawn of Fear's problems.
Go and get out, man. Go ahead and say it. You know you want to.
Having terrible camera angles and broken weapons is one thing, but constantly bugging out in graphical glitches and performance issues
I
is
hate
another.
glitches
See,
with a
Dawn
passion. I hate
usually
glitches.
implies the beginning of something, and since the game strikes every feeling but fear, it'd be more appropriate to call the game Dawn of Bugs, Dawn of Crashes, or Dawn of a Mid-Afternoon Nap.
Especially when crashes, yeah.
Number 2, Warcraft 3 Reforged. Whereas Bethesda has burned goodwill through a live service brainwashing of its IPs, Blizzard has gained significant notoriety over how it's treated fans as of late. You'd think they'd have learned to be more respectful after many other controversies, but then we got Warcraft 3 Reforged.
What is important is that you rally your people and leave these shores immediately.
Leave? What's this all about, human?
The way it looks like kind of reminds me of Xbox 360.
And more cinematics, fans found none of the upgrades at launch.
I just point out there
Instead, they
because
coughed up their money for texture upgrades and incredibly hostile user policies.
I wonder if that series still going on.
So many players.
Last one I played,
ended
when
up
me and my brother played, we played the second one. That's on last one we played. We didn't play 3.
Then we must prepare this camp immediately. I want my warriors to have food and proper lodgings when they arrive. Yes, War Chief.
Before we get to 2020's absolute worst game, here are a few other dishonorable mentions. Those Who Remain. A good setting only gets you so far. Waking. And we're sleeping.
What's the plot of the game?
Rugby 20. Not surprising to see another rugby game on the worst of list.
Think collective while being creative. No matter the cost, we will conquer the field. Today, victory is ours.
Looks a little off.
Warlander doesn't even try to do anything notable.
I feel like the controls were off a little bit.
Treachery in Beatdown City. Its concept is the definition of sounded good at the time.
Missing my childhood from the games like that we played back in the day growing up. Not trying to get copyrighted.
Continue. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Throw that out there.
You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Crucible.
Crucible. I was going to get on this game, but
what could be so bad about Crucible that it beat out aggressive policies, unstable optimizations, and glitches galore? Well, folks, the aforementioned titles at least have some significance behind them when it comes to how bad they were. Crucible, on the other hand, doesn't even try to distinguish itself from the rest of the gaming landscape.
Get back! Coming through!
Yeah, I see what they mean.
The game looked generic, it played generic, and it sounded generic. In other words, there was nothing special about it outside of it being a video game. Feedback was so poor that Amazon actually delisted the game a few days after release, putting it back into closed beta.
I ain't mad at 'em.
Servers were officially shut down in November 2020, merely 6 months after
nowadays
launch.
when I look at gameplay, I can tell when something's off. Most of them playing games from pretty much all my life, I know.
In the mood for
Well,
more
like something
awesome
ain't right.
gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays.
Maybe next time.